Hello, gamers, and welcome back into Timberborn. We are on cycle 31, day 5. We've got a bad tide coming in just a couple of days. I did spend some time, a little bit of time last night. I couldn't record, but I just spent some time doing a little bit of stuff, getting my creative juices flowing. To kind of extend out this promontory here, and just add a little bit of decor, make this a little bit more fun. I do also I did also delete the coffee place one more time because I don't want this tile to be a platform. I just want a straight green path out here. A normal path. So, very minor aesthetic tweak, but yeah. We also, I moved some stuff around. I added a couple more scratchers in here, moved the shrubs up. Same on this side. Added just some nice shrubs and lamps and benches. Put some showers in here. And I like the idea of just having these braziers here, cause then they can warm up and dry off after the shower. So, yeah, that seems nice. And then decided to make a little gatehouse right here, and I like it. It'll be cool. And I think if we put even a couple banners on, maybe, yeah, that'd look nice. Couple banners right there. Maybe a couple down here. We'll see how these two look and decide if we want to put a couple more banners. But yeah, I want to. I don't want to make this a dam because I want to be able to hold a little bit more water in here. If I make it a dam, I'll only get 0.6 of a tile, and this is actually my spillway for when this tank overflows, all the water will spill out here. So I do need something on the top here. A dam would work, but the floodgate allows me to retain a little bit more water in here. And this is enough space because they've changed the waterfall physics in 1.0. There's no longer the 2.2 CMS limit. So it's I believe it's a full tile, 6.6 now, or just completely removed. Anyway, this will be fine. The water shouldn't overflow and should spill out here and exit the map just fine. Cool. So got those things out of the way. They'll be working on getting all this in. We can pop this dynamite. And let's pull the terrain view down. And we'll want power shaft here. And double vertical right there. And a platform. Once they get this in, I think actually we can just put the terrain block. It might be fine just putting the terrain block there, but I'll just wait for them to build this stuff real quick. And then we'll put the coffee place back in. The, whatchamacallit, coffee majig. Yeah, there's a little roof there. Got a little spot for some beans. And I'm actually gonna have the door facing this way so that it's in line with the monument. And it's a little known fact that actually lukewarm coffee, stale lukewarm coffee is actually a delicacy for the Beavers, and so this is actually a perfect setup for them. But if they want the fresh stuff, they can just come straight to the place. And I don't mind that this is kind of facing the wrong way because I just like the aesthetics of how things look right now, and it'll be totally fine to have this be a tiny bit inefficient. I also like that if the... never mind, that doesn't make sense what I was going to say before, but, you know, it'll be great. It'll be grand. Got some benches in here. You know, most Iron Teeth are solitary beavers, so we've got a lot of single benches around. But on the rare occasion that they want to have a chat with a colleague, we don't really... We're not really about, you know, personal relationships. It's a little bit frowned upon for the Iron Teeth faction. We don't like a whole lot of, you know, fraternizing. That's reserved for the breeding pods. So, you know, mostly solitary life, if you know what I mean. So we'll just a little bit of beaver lore for you. Beaver lore for you there. Okay, cool. That guy's in. This will be great. So, what else? The other thing that I'm thinking is I'd really like to put in some swimming pools here. The issue is this doesn't stay full. So, how can we make it stay full? I'm thinking we get these aquifers going over here, and that's gonna be a bit of some trickiness, so we may start that today. We'll see how much time we have. I do want to start redoing this tube network and putting it underground. I want to get this stuff all planted out and figured out. There's a lot of things on the list. And it might just be a little bit painful. We might have to rip some stuff out, but, you know, I have spent a good amount of time just thinking about how this is all going to work. But that will be, you know, something for the future. I also popped in a staircase right here so that we can actually continue this project. And that'll be going. How are we doing on our power? We're doing great. We're doing fantastic on the power. Right on. Okay. So I'm thinking we get a tubeway. They can connect from the bottom, I'm told. So I'm thinking we put an underground tubeway in. I do want... Man, there's a lot of things I want to do. I'm just kind of trying to decide which thing is going to be the first thing we focus on. So, let's see. All right, I've got a pretty easy one. I'd like some mud baths right here. And we need to get power to them. So I'm thinking, again, an underground power shaft. So maybe this would be better with some more dynamite and we can replace stuff later. We'll do some... We probably don't need it this deep. Let's see. Get the speed going. Alright, we'll go... How deep is this one? It's gonna be too deep, right? So this should be fine. I think this will work. I think this will work how I want. Okay. And as many people have pointed out in the comments, it makes way more sense to do 2 wide tunnels because you can build everything a lot more easily. So we'll start doing some of that. And I'll also want one of these at least will need to be a double to get the power up. Actually, no, they'll connect. Yeah, this is fine. They'll connect together. So let's get everything going. Yeah, someone was saying I needed an impermeable floor here. At least I think this is what they were talking about. And we're actually fine because there is no way for the bad water to interact with that tile. So that's all good. And once they get this last dynamite in, we can blow this. Okay, they did it from the tubeway. Sweet. Throw a spiral staircase in here. I didn't need to blow these two, did I? No, I definitely did not. That's fine, we'll put them back in. No big deal. And they're getting to work on that. Oop, just missed it. And let's start work on this tunnel as well. Maybe we just come in from the same spot. I might need to go lower. But let's go ahead and get another tunnel just kind of going this way. Yeah, that's not quite what I am looking for there. Yeah, this will need to be one deeper. We're just gonna have a lot of tunnels going around under here, I think. Yeah, something like that to get us started. Cool. Oh, they can't build this because they put the brazier in the way. Alright, we'll get rid of that so they can build the bust. Do we want the... I think we turn the beaver bust around, actually. I think we turn the beaver bust this way. Yeah. Cool, why are you, oh, you're no path because I didn't put a path in. Got the bell out on the tip of our, promontory here. That way, you know, they can hear it, and there it is. Boom, our little bell. That's gonna get very annoying, so I may end up getting rid of it. Oh, and this is... our power shaft is now gonna be in the way of... well, we can come up here, because I want this power shaft to be able to go over here at some point. So we can do something like this for the moment. And I may end up just getting another set of tunnels right here so that we can... Nice thing about this is it is all gonna look pretty bad, so... But you can't see it, so, you know, no worries. Can be janky as we want. Yeah, this is still not quite a large enough tunnel. It's yeah, I may end up I may end up changing this around a little bit. Let's do this. Make it a little bit cleaner. Do I even need... I don't need this one. Much better. Okay. Get that on there. And let's just go ahead and put this other power shaft in right now. I want to put a wind... what is it? Wind thingamabob? Wind tunnel. Let's get one of those in. It can't be right on the edge here because we would like... oh, can't get swimming pools along there though, huh? Because they still need to get into them. Where does this go then? Alright, we'll hold off on that until we move this tubeway. That's really what I wanted this tunnel for anyway. So we'll do that before we get the mud baths in. And we want to come down... I'm just going to place a dynamite here to mark below ground where I need to link up. Okay, it's going to be right there. So if we do a tunnel... Let's see. Like this. We can bring the tubeway. Oh no, we need to go one lower, right? One lower. Okay, we want to go one level down. So let's do that here. Okay, yeah, one level down. And then we'll come out this way. Something like that, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tighter than I want. I might have to rethink where these are gonna go. Oh, I don't actually want you there. It's just a marker. And we'll do... Well, actually that's fine there, isn't it? But it only needs to be a 2, and it's gonna spill out all of our water. It will do that. So we'll do it a different way. It might just be inevitable that we're gonna spill some water. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll do a single dynamite right there. Yeah, this will be fine. We'll lose a tiny bit of water this way, but it won't be too bad. And they can't get over here yet. We need to... I think we can safely demolish these platforms. Hopefully that didn't... I don't think that should be totally fine. And we'll want a spiral staircase there, actually. Okay. And now they can do most of the rest of the tunnel. Alright, that's not where I wanted it either. Alright, get rid of the two-way station. It goes here. Let's get this one done so that I can lay everything else out. It may be actually a little while until we get these mud baths in. There's several things that I would like to do in these tunnels, and now that I've got the entrance, it seems like a good opportunity to just get them all done. So we're going to blow that. We are going to put a vertical tubeway right here with an impermeable floor on top. And we'll want another vertical right there. And I believe they'll connect through, I'm fairly sure they'll connect through an impermeable floor. So that's there. So we need to come out. Not that one. What am I doing? I'm doing tunnel. Come come out that far? No. Just to there, that's fine. And running power along here is also a good idea. I think I'll just put the tubeway in first, and then when we have the tubeway, then we can build from the tubeway into the power network. Or, build out the power network. Okay, so this one needs to go. Oh, and it's gonna delete everything again, huh? Yeah, well, okay. Alright, so it goes, so it goes. Oh, and we're losing tons of water like I didn't want to. Okay, well, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. This is gonna be a little bit of painful process until this is all done here. Yeah, okay. Alright. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, we're gonna lose pretty much all of the water in that channel. It should be fine. It should be no problem. No problem. And let's get all this prioritized here. Okay, this is the beginning of us getting our two-way network underground, but I'm not exactly sure where we're going to connect it yet, because I feel that I still need to lay this all out. Ooh, we've got some coffee, though. We've got some coffee beans. The gatherer is getting them, and they should be getting up here. And they're probably putting them straight in the coffee brewery. And we've got some coffee. Hey, very nice, very nice. Where's my coffee? I left it in the other room. Oh no. Cool. Oh man, if I bring this any lower, I'm gonna have to delete it all over again. Oh man, all right. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe it wasn't the call to we could like snake it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But now I can put a tubeway in along here very easily. And that'll connect up somewhere over here. I think I would like to do food processing here. And like well-being here. That way food processing is close to food storage, is close to the housing, you know. All good. So that'll be our first direction we go with this new tubeway network. And that's a good opportunity to bring the power over as well. However, we decide to get there. We could go to do another tunnel right here. Yep, and we can get the power through like that. Cool. It's in. And it should be connected. Hopefully, I believe these can connect on the bottom. Yeah, he's getting in there, so that means that they can connect on the bottom. Okay. Now we need to bring this a little farther. It's probably farther than we need. Let's figure out Yeah, come up right here. We need a triple. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This doesn't need to be a vertical. Cool. And then this stuff will get moved around at a later date. Or maybe later today. I'm not sure yet. Okay, our first underground tube system it's a short one, but you know. Okay, I want to put a power line in through here as well. So let's get that done. We'll come down here. This is not needed anymore. Maybe they can pick that up before they build this in. They should be able to pick it up, yeah. Okay, and we'll bring the power through there for later. It's getting a lot of use. It's getting a lot of use, our new underground tubeway. And that'll just be for some factories over here later. May have wanted to extend that a little more. Well, it'll be fine. Okay. Okay, what's next? Our well-being is looking really nice. 42. Still not maxed out. Still quite a ways from being maxed out. But we'll get there. I'm trying to figure out now if I just go ahead and put in... Yeah, I think I just go ahead and put in the mud baths here. Maybe not quite yet. Maybe I didn't need to delete that. Okay, next order of business. Let's check on their progress over here. They still got some work to do, which they should be able... They are not able to do because of the way that we've had them construct this. So we need to give them another way over or across. Let's go something like this. Should get the job done. Okay, very nice. And all right, let's start thinking about how this is all gonna look here. Let's peel back the layers. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's about right for the irrigation area. What happens to the rest of the map if I delete all of this? Not too much. Let's get rid of all that. Get a bunch of planks back. And can we plant crops? I feel that we should be able to. Yeah, it seems fine. I could make it another one higher if I wanted to, but it's not necessary. As for the rest of this, so that's a lot of good planting area. I think I want to knock this back too. I'm just trying to get a visual on this area, and it's proving difficult, so I might just need to put some stuff in and then move it later and figure that all out. A lot of people suggested putting a tubeway line down here next to the power shaft. The problem is that would take away more of my tiles in here. I can't go any deeper. This is the bottom layer of the map. So I've already taken away you know, 6 mangrove tiles, so I don't really want to take away any more, and we'll just kind of route around this power shaft one way or another is my thought. But we are trying to figure out what... Okay, let's get the food processing moved up here. That's totally something we can do. We can get the rest of this network. Let's rip out all of this stuff. Boom, gone, bye. And I feel that I want to figure this out here. I'd rather have this sluice gate in a different spot. But where to? It'd be nice to get all this power and everything cleaned up. Sacrifices kind of need to be made to get that done. I need to link this power shaft underground. Yeah, it's hard, it's hard doing this stuff and recording at the same time. That's why I did the decorations offline, as it just gives me a little more time to ponder and figure stuff out. But maybe that's what you guys like to see. So I'm just a little bit more feel a little more under pressure when that's going down. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I want to make this 3 wide. So 1, 2, 3. So we want to take these down. We'll want to definitely fill these tiles in. And I feel that I want to move this sluice gate, which could be done. Can move it like to that tile right there. Yeah, that's probably the tile for it. So I can't really do that right now without... Well, I can. All right. This is going to cut us off from our power, though. So I can't really... Okay, first off, we can move the station. I want the station to be in line with the other station. Right. Maybe back 1. Yeah, right here on the riverbank. And I can get rid of this now. Right? No. I need to connect these together. Yeah. So I will go... Since we got the power shaft here, I think I'll go 1 lower for these. And I want to connect it somehow through to this. I just don't know if this line is going to be here in the future is a problem. Man. I'd like to just start getting rid of some of this ugliness, though. No, this is... I can totally get rid of this one, right? Because this is connected to this, and then they can come down there. So this really doesn't serve a purpose. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Oh, I deleted a staircase. Okay. Okay. Get it all out. There's so much rubble and debris just all over the colony. It's a mess right now. Okay, alright, okay. That can all go. That helps me think about this a lot better. So there's not so much clutter. Okay. Boom on those. This pathway is pretty much irrelevant. Right now, at least. So we can get rid of that. And... Don't need this pathway over here. A lot of adjusting to do. For the time being, let's just put this path in like that because I want to move it in the future. And we'll figure out where stuff is going to go. Alright, so what do we need? We're gonna need... how many of these? 3 of the food factories. And how many of these? At least 3 fermenters. So let's pause and figure out where we're going to place them. Yeah, I totally could fit 3 with a little bit of path work. And it's tempting to put the storage below, but I want the power to be coming from below, and these do not transfer power. At least I don't believe they do. They never have. Yeah, they still don't. So we won't worry about... we've got large storages. We'll just have maybe some like medium storages or something around for these. That'll be fine. I can also get this path lined up where I want it if I just do something like this. That'll give me some more idea of... so I'm gonna eventually want the path like doing something like that. And same with this one. So let's just do some temporary stuff here to maintain connectivity and get the path where we want it to be. Okay, something like this. Right on. So, food. Let's just start slapping them in, and then we will... we're gonna need some oil presses, all kinds of stuff. Okay. What does this look like? Yeah, maybe something like that. And maybe fermenters back here. Cool. I may end up wanting 2 fermenters for each thing. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. And I know I can easily pull power from right here, but long term, that power line's going to go. So I want to set this up getting power from underneath right now. And we might be able to set this up in some way in the future where they've got pathways around the whole thing. That would be nice. And it'd be good to have a little bit of storage for these. I'm thinking medium warehouses. How many could I fit? Could probably do some... Get one there, and I can maybe get two over here. This doesn't quite line up. I'm thinking maybe I scoot this all over one so it lines up with the front of the station a little bit better. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff. Yeah, and then we can get through here right now. I can have some storage back here. I can have a couple storages here. I'm gonna be one short. Trying to figure out where I could put it. Maybe I stack some stuff. Might be able to squeeze one in somewhere over here. Maybe I can put some on the river. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. For now, we really only need one storage here for the corn. So we'll get that in. And we're gonna have to get power over here. So let's go back down to our shaft, and here's where it would be nice to have another tunnel. Maybe I do that. Yeah, let's do that. So if we come in with a tunnel right there, we can get through down to the bottom. Man, I accidentally just did something that I wish I knew how to purposefully do, which is with some kind of hotkey do that. But I don't know how I did that, so we'll see. Anyway, we want some more tunnels along here. And definitely doesn't need to go quite that far. We're almost there. Yeah. That comes right to the middle. Seems good. I'll need to extend it another 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles to get to that one. I don't actually need these at the moment. Maybe I'll wish I had put them in later. Probably. 4, and now that should be, yeah, right there. Perfect. Cool. And we'll need, let's get this prioritized. Man, the time flies. I have been messing around with this project, and it's already a long ways through the episode, man. So I may, in the future, in order to just like get stuff done, have to do some more cutting out and editing because, oh, I don't have a way down here anymore, right? Because I was gonna do some other stuff. I'm just gonna put the mud baths in. Probably makes sense to have a more semi-permanent way of getting down to this tunnel system. I could like maybe find a place for a station, but then it's on the wrong side of the power shaft. I could lower the power. There's a lot of things I can do. There's only so much time. Only so much time. Yeah, I was starting to say that I may need to do some more cuts in these videos, some more time-lapse stuff, and lay stuff in, and do some more thinking offline so that I can just get more done per video. Let me know what you guys think about that. A little nighttime coffee. Yeah, it's pretty efficient inefficient over here, but yeah, you gotta get that lukewarm, stale coffee. It's a delicacy, I tell ya, delicacy. And we'll see if that's enough coffee beans. It looks like there's plenty of coffee, so I think it should be fine. Oh, you couldn't finish that, huh? Oh, you didn't have the planks. So, all right, that's acceptable. Okay, how's our other project doing over here? No, they should be able to build this. No? Oh, it looks like they're getting on with it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going fine. Okay, and then we need spiral staircase in here to go like that. Hopefully, yeah, okay, right on. Yeah, it's a bit preemptive putting in this power line. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll get it sorted out. Okay, what else can we work on in the meantime? So we're getting an underground power line over to all this stuff. It can all be paused right now. Pause everything. I shouldn't have built them because I need to put the power shaft in. So let's delete this one and this one because the power shafts are going to come up from there. It's okay. Everything's fine. No worries. Everything is great. What was here? Another brazier? Yeah. Yeah, we got a nice little monument area in there. Not sure about this fence. I may change it out. I think it'll look good once the mud baths are here, but we'll see. Let's get this prioritized as well. We'd really like to get this stuff moved. And what are we storing over here? We are storing... We're gonna start telling them to empty all of these. A lot of them don't have places to go. But I can build on this river a bit. Maybe I'll put in some large warehouses for this stuff. Yeah, maybe this is more stuff that would be better done offline so that we can get on with the fun big projects like doing this. So, you know, I'm gonna have to make a decision on how we proceed, because I don't know if this is particularly engaging to watch, me putting in tunnels and moving industry around, but it will be rewarding in the long run. It's just not getting as much done. Not getting as much done as I have on my list for each episode. And this is surely not fun watching me put this in. So let's take a look at what else. So for this, is what I'm thinking for these is I'd like to make a really big reservoir in here and have it keep this whole thing topped up. And in order to do that and be able to get the bad water out, I'm thinking that we need to pressurize this. So we pressurize it. We have a sluice at the bottom to let out the clean water, and a sluice at the top to shoot the bad water over towards our channel over here. I could bring it straight into here. That's another option. I didn't really leave myself... I may have left myself enough room for that. Apparently I didn't. I thought I left some spaces back here. And... I think we can make it work. Yeah, I think that's the play, is kind of send the bad water underground through some pressurized tubes into here to give us more bad water flow. And that'll just be during the bad tide. But we get those often enough that I think it makes sense to do them. Okay, so I have an idea for something to do on top of this. And I think it's going to be something that I look at how to do offline and then kind of show you guys. I think that's going to be how more of this series is going to go, just because, man, the time just really flies when you're recording. Oh, we're gonna need a vertical in here somewhere. It might be this tile. No. Oh, it's not quite where I thought it was gonna be. That's fine. That's totally fine. But we need a vertical right here. And how many layers? 1, 2, 3. So I think a triple dynamite. Right there. One, two. It might only need to be a double. I can't really tell. We'll just put a triple in. I hope this is in the right spot. Yeah, there we go. Just use the B key. Oh, it only needed to be a double. That's fine. Yeah, I get a little confused by the layer view. It's not super intuitive for me. Okay, we got stuff moved. That's great. I guess they don't get injured here either, huh? Yeah. They don't. We'll pause. Now these should all have power. Right? Power's turning. Yeah, they should be good to go on power. Okay. Maybe I can start designing this. Let's pause for a moment. So what would this look like? We need an aquifer drill. Maybe there. We'll need to power it, so we gotta get a power line over here. And what would this look like? Something... So we want... Yeah, I'm thinking the bad water should come out at the top. Maybe it doesn't matter. But since we're gonna need to basically pressurize the whole box, and the water spawns from the bottommost part, I'm thinking like after we get a bad tide, right, we want to kind of clear this thing out, and so push the bad water out of the top, and then the clean water can come out of the bottom. That is sort of what I'm thinking. So I need to put together a design for that. And let's just take a look at what that might look like. Okay, so this will be for the water. Need to get a power shaft in here. So let's just kind of put that in so we remember that, hey, a power shaft needs to get in there somehow, some way. I mean, vertical and permeable floor will do that trick. And I just need to figure out how far up this needs to go before I can start putting overhangs. And where can I put the overhangs? Okay, so I know it's way too big, but I just want to see. So could I cover up the whole thing? It's probably not big enough. Is that tall enough to go over? Okay, what if you do that? And that. Uh-huh. Okay, we don't even need that. We can do... Can make this cheaper for sure. Something like this, I'm thinking. And then, whoops, wrong key. And then this. Yeah. Okay, and then a sluice at the top. Going that way. Yeah, it can kind of link up with this one, and then we'll route them over there. Sweet, and then impermeable floor. Now we should have a pressurized box. We will need to get the power in. But that's a pretty good start. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is a box like this, and we will... I don't particularly love... Maybe both of the exits come out on top. Because I'd like to keep the bottom of the reservoir at the same height. So this might need to be one lower. Yeah, that might need to be one lower. And then maybe this one comes up. It's fine if this is sticking up like one or even two tiles, I think. But like 3 or 4 tiles, I'm not so sure about that. But maybe it'll need to be, I don't know. Okay, well, I'll think about that a little bit more offline, but that's what I'm thinking. We'll need to bring the power in underneath again, which might be something else I do offline. And yeah, have a huge pool of water here with these two aquifers that kind of just fills this whole area and is able to keep all this stuff topped up, which means that I didn't need this giant pool here at all. But, you know, that's fine. It's where the beavers take their showers. Maybe we'll end up putting the swimming pools over here, because they're gonna be... Yeah, maybe that's where the swimming pools end up going. I don't know. We'll find out. Nice, super deep swimming pool for the beavers. But anyway, thank you so much for joining. I feel like we didn't get a whole lot done today, and I am sorry about that. When I think I'm gonna have a think about how I structure these videos and try to think of what stuff is gonna be more fun for you guys to watch. Do a little bit more stuff and prep and maybe design and laying stuff in before I start filming, and then do some more editing, some more cuts in the videos, and bring up the production quality a little bit. But anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, consider leaving a like, a comment, subscribing. It all really helps. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye-bye.